Resident Evil is a game that was remade about 6 times, even though 5 out of the 6 versions are exactly the same. This game has some of the best voice acting you'll ever hear in your entire life.
Barry! Where's Barry?
I don't know what happened.
Well, I'm sorry, but he's probably...
Barry!
Anyway, the game starts off by Alpha Team taking a helicopter to get into the woods so that they could find out what happened to Bravo Team. The STARS Alpha Team consists of Chris Redfield, aka the Boulder Beater, Jill Valentine's Day, Albert Whiskers, and Barry Berkman.
Rebecca Chambers.
For like 2 seconds. When they land, some dogs eat a guy's face and the helicopter pilot is like, hey man, I don't want my face to get eaten, so I'm just gonna head out, and he leaves everyone there. Your team leader, Albert Whiskers, suggests breaking and entering into the biggest mansion in the world to escape the cute little puppies. When the team gets there, they see a guy eating some dude's face, but that isn't as scary as the dogs, so I guess they just keep hanging out at the mansion. The team gets split up and Jill turns into a sandwich while Chris tries to save a guy named Richard.
You were almost a Jill sandwich.
You're right.
Richard was attacked by a giant snake and is slowly and painfully dying, but that still isn't as scary as a dog, so they keep hanging out in the mansion. Anyway, if you're fast enough as Chris, you could save Richard's life, but then he dies anyway in like 5 seconds because he's a fucking idiot. Meanwhile, Jill is going grave robbing and she discovers a super zombie inside a coffin, and it's called an undead redhead or something, and it has claws and shit. It only takes your entire ammo stock to kill it, so it still isn't as scary as a dog, which means they keep hanging out in the mansion. Then later on, you meet a nice little girl named Lisa Trevor who's like, hey, can you help me find my mom? But she's really weird looking, so they throw her into a bottomless pit.
Barry.
She strikes me as a big Leatherface fan the way she looks. Anyway, Albert Whiskers is like, you know what? I can't contain my excitement anymore, guys. I'm a bad guy, and you all look stupid as hell for thinking I was good.
Barry.
And everyone gets really upset about that. A giant plant thing attacks you, but you use some Agent Orange to kill it. But then after that, a giant spider attacks you, so you have to use some Agent Shotgun shells to kill it. After that, a giant shark attacks you, but you have to use some Agent Oxygen to kill it. None of this stuff is as scary as a dog though, so everyone keeps hanging out in the mansion. Whiskers unleashes a huge, giant monster tyrant thing, and he's like, look how cool my friend is, he's totally gonna fucking kill you. But then the tyrant kills Whiskers because he's like, hey, Whiskers is a bad guy and I don't like him. But then the tyrant also turns on everybody, so now it's time to fight. You blow up the tyrant with a rocket launcher, and then the helicopter pilot comes back and he's like, hey, sorry I left you there before, I didn't mean it. So you get into the helicopter and fly off into the sunset. And that's Resident Evil.
Barry!